2 sergeants and 3 city trucks with 2 workers each in them. All of them had my tent surrounded. They didn't give me a reason. They just simply stated, you have 15 minutes to pack your stuff and get out of here, or we're taking all your stuff and throwing it in the trucks.
We reached out to the Vancouver Police Department for more information, but they didn't get back to us before broadcast. In a statement, the City of Vancouver says that it didn't put up the blue fencing. As the city was not aware fencing was going up, there was no targeted outreach efforts prior.
Right now, the city's working very, very hard to make unhoused people disappear. Not necessarily by putting...
Okay, this idiot has been responsible for turning Vancouver into an open sewer. I believe that's Ryan Suds. You know what, Ryan Suds? You should want better for Canadians. You should want Canadians in a home or a mental hospital. You have turned our city and you make money from it, and the government funds you to turn our city into a sewer.
By putting them into housing, but just by making public spaces as hostile as possible through police harassment and through harassment by city workers as well.
Ackland's situation is one of the latest examples of forced displacement.
You should see the harassment that we received from his tenters on Hastings Street. Just check my videos from last summer. Just absolutely hideous. So this Ryan Suds makes money by keeping people in Canadians in tents. That's what he wants for them. He wants them in tents. Unbelievable. And this city news, what you call it, is advocacy news. It's not real news. It's advocacy news.
Of unhoused people in Vancouver, while
you should be ashamed of yourself for wanting Canadians in tents.
multiple constitutional challenges around Canada have led to rulings that allow people living in tents to stay. BC's Human Rights Commissioner says there's still a long way to go to protect those in Ackland's situation.
Some of the court decisions, some of the legal claims that have occurred have...
You know, we don't even get our sidewalk cleaned once a year, and it's filthy disgusting. People get stabbed on our sidewalk. You know that. And we don't even get it cleaned because of people on our street.
Made some progress. For example, people being able to shelter in a park overnight. But they still haven't addressed the bigger picture of human rights issues for those who are living on our streets.
People living in Vancouver's Crab Park won a court case against the Vancouver Park Board last year that made it the only legal place in the city to live in a tent. Kasari Govender says neither the Charter of Rights and Freedoms...
See, we don't have to smell them over there. They got their own space. We don't have an issue with them.
Or the Human Rights Code have protections against discrimination because of poverty, leading to forced displacement from public sidewalks.
I think one of the ways forward is to continue to bring challenges like we've seen, constitutional challenges, human rights challenges to these issues.
But it's being offered the right kind of housing, not a...
It's a human right violation, and it's also extreme mental and emotional abuse to watch across the street be power washed all the time, and ours haven't been power washed, our sidewalks, since October, and they're filthy, they're disgusting, they're diseased.
Human rights case on Ackland's mind, and he's now connected with an outreach worker.
He asked me what help he could assist me with, but he didn't tell me what my options were.
We don't get any help. We have to get suffering. We get suffering downtown East End. 10,000 people were made to suffer for 400 people. How much did those 400 people cost living on our streets for a year? Oh, about $400,000 each, with all the fires, the crimes, the overdoses, the new equipment, the moving trucks. Everyday moving trucks were here, even though they didn't use them. That would be $1,000 a day. $200,000 for probably a half a year. So yeah, you never mention anything like that because you're advocating for humans in Canada to live in third world conditions when they really need a mental hospital.